Welcome to this episode of PDX Black Rose. PDX Rose. It's a black rose, isn't it?
It's black rose. That rose is black. Yeah.
It's a rose. I thought it was red, but it was black, Hi, welcome to PDX Black Rose. I'm John Washington, here with Jarrell, my co-host, and we getting ready to take this thing live, and we got a real exciting interview going on for you here today. Hey, Jarrell, do me a favor. Your voice ain't been around here for a minute. Introduce my special guest today for me, will you please?
Yes, will do. I didn't know I got promoted to a co-host, though.
Well, now you is.
I'm putting that on my resume.
Welcome.
Today we're talking with the artist, the painter, the designer, Edmund Mundo Holmes. Mundo was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. He received his Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree in product design from the College for Creative Studies in Detroit, Michigan. During college, he interned at Nike, and after graduating, he returned to Portland to attend Penn Sol Academy. Shortly after, he moved to Portland permanently to pursue a career in the footwear industry and is now designing footwear for Jordan Brand and Nike. He also curates artistic experiences and activities with this group called the Aesthete Society. Beyond the traditional canvas, his art has translated to footwear, apparel, stickers, buildings, interactive experiences, and transportation. And now you can add public banners to that list because he is the artist behind the inspiration of the Soul District Business Association's identity campaign called Investing in the Soul. Mundo's current work command attention for their subject matter as his pieces speak through the lens of representation, empowerment, and life as a black person. Welcome, Mundo.
Welcome, my brother. Welcome. Boy, that was quite an introduction there. And what's that one talking about? Aesthete? Aesthete. Yeah, that name, boy, I'll tell you. I was looking at it. I was thinking about athlete, but then I thought about athlete's feet.
Oh, yeah. It's a word that means someone that appreciates art and beauty.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit, man. I hear you from Detroit.
I am from Detroit.
Tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up in Detroit, man.
For me, it was good. My family was good. I had a lot of brothers and cousins, so we was always playing sports. So basketball, baseball, ran track, cross country.
Oh, you ran track?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what you running track, the 100 meters?
I ran the 300 hurdles, the 110 hurdles.
Oh, boy, don't even talk about the intermediate.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even talk about it.
The 4x4, the 4x1.
Oh, that's a great race, ain't it? Man, I love that race.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand that race.
That's the most exciting one at the end, too.
Yeah,
4x4.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, it was fun. So the whole time I was doing sports, I always had something I needed to do was like draw. So it was like whether I was in school or at home, it was like my comfort zone. And then it was also my way of paying attention as well. So I was like listening, but I was still drawing because I needed to be occupied. And then I started liking what I was doing. People was noticing it, and I just kept like improving on it as I grew up.
Man, so how you grew up, but you grew up fast. When you grew up, how these people in Portland find you, man?
It was the school I went to. So College for Creative Studies, there was a few people in there that I was friends with, and they interned out here, and I heard about footwear design, and I didn't know about it before. And I was like, oh, people design shoes. And I only knew about the auto industry, like cars, but I didn't know that till college. So they told me about it, introduced me to a couple people, and then got in contact. But we had a sponsored studio, which was with Nike at the time, and then we did a footwear project. I did well, and then had to do an extra project and end up getting an internship from there.
Wow. And so what's it been like since you hit Portland, man?
It's been cool. It's like I think it's a little different in Detroit. It's like
you think? Just a little bit?
I feel like it's a little. The word is not right, softer, but it's like more, I would say, pleasant in a way. Not as gritty.
That is a true sign.
It has,
man.
Yeah.
Them cities back there where we come from, boy, they rough. They look dirty. Boy, this is some dirty stuff. Yeah.
It has a different edge to it to me, but you learn, you go different places, and you learn to adjust and adapt with the environment and the people.
Man, that's a real neat statement that you've stated. You learn to adjust and adapt. And I think that that's one of those kinds of things that people need to hear, especially young people, because they get so restless because of the change, and they get restless. They just don't seem to stay long enough to adjust and to adapt, you know. And, you know, they're always being drawn by some type of sensation. The discomfort of relocation is just a discomfort, you know. And so, but more black people need to hear that when they come at it, because the first thing they'll say, oh, this is different where we come from. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. But that different is not necessarily a bad difference, it's just a matter of getting adjusted to it. So, so what does a black expressionist mean to you? Being a black expressionist, what is that?
To me, the way that I think about it is like it's basically like having a voice and like expressing yourself to draw emotion or like provoke a feeling when you're creating or doing something. And I think that's the power of art too, is to have a conversation with somebody that you normally wouldn't ever talk to. And like sometimes it's harder subjects, sometimes easier subjects, and sometimes people aren't always open to hearing some of the things. So art is the opportunity to do that. And I use my style to like push that in a few different ways.
Well, you know, and I think that could cross the board into a number of expressions, right? I mean, like sports and music is kind of similar, right? It's sort of a bridge, you know, a bridge that's you know, that's not tempered with some old bullshit, you know, but a bridge, you know, yeah. And so when you think about black expression in art, what does that look like, Mundo? What does that sound like, look like, you know?
I mean, I think it's similar to how we do music and everything else. It's a voice. It's like literally the way that you walk through life, you're trying to like express that. So it's like I use right now like brighter colors to talk about how I feel, but I'm matching it up with browns and everything, and that's my way of like showing who I am and everything else. But also I've been using masks as well. Like we walk through the world with a bunch of different masks on because of the doors that you walk through. You don't need to, or you shouldn't have to, but it's also the way people perceive you. So it's just like as I once I walk out of my door, I'm going to be seen a certain way even if I feel a different way. Like if I'm always positive, somebody still might read me as negative and everything else. So I'm going to project a different mask on there to make sure they understand who I am in a different way.
There you go. That was it. Them springs. The springs got a sound going. That's a mask. Yeah. Don't, you know, you got one coming home, man. Yeah. So art is done gone crazy though, man, around Portland these days. I mean, expression, right? Yep. And so when you think about expression and the type of expression that's going on, hey man, what's this tagging thing all about? In your mind, I mean, how do you feel about all that? What's the impact of neighborhood, landscape, all that? Your thoughts about expression?
I have mixed reviews because I like a lot of tagging and graffiti, and it inspires me a lot. But I do understand on the business side, if you own a building, how damaging it is because you got to clean it and repair it, and you're trying to have a presentation for yourself. I think that it's still like somebody trying to have a voice and everything, but what it's saying and everything. But I've been to Austin, Texas a couple years ago, and they had a spot where it was literally vacant for graffiti artists to tag. And I thought that was actually something that Portland could have or opportunities. So it's literally, if you go there, you might see one thing one day, and then the next day or a couple hours later, it's completely different because another artist went over there. And I think that's a cool opportunity.
Yeah, you know, and I agree with you. I remember back in the day when the first 3-on-3s started coming out, you know, man, there was a close, like in that process and in those competitions, we would offer a competition for taggers also, right? And we'd create walls. Yep. You know, we create about 6 walls and let 6 groups of taggers get together and do their thing and then express. And then at the end of the tournament, the winners took the pictures in front of those art pieces, and then those art pieces went up on walls and stuff like that. But I'd agree with you about the property damage, man, and just the carelessness of it all. You know, I think I find it really attractive to some degree when some of them trains go by, or some of them taggers have done some things, and you're able to see some stuff coming from Detroit, you know. And it's like, yeah, man, it's just that expression. So So how does the new what are you doing new these days? I mean, what's the next form of expression? I hear you're doing something a little different these days.
Still painting, drawing. I've been doing 3D a lot, so learning 3D programs, 3D printing, and using CNC machines to build models or sculptures. I just try to. I think the way that I envision my stuff is like I can do it 2D, but I think it can be a lot more impactful as a 3D form. With size and everything.
So how does that manifest? I mean, what does that look like in the expression once you're done? I mean, is it an art piece that is a sculpture? Is it what does it look like?
Right now, I have a bunch of little small ones at home that I've been printing out, just testing. But then I've done a bigger one, and it's pretty much a sculpture. It's like 36 inches or 38, and then it's just like how you prepare it. The finishing coats and everything, sanding to paint it.
Wow, you excited about that one, man?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. It was pretty dope to do. It was cool to see in a different space too, and how people respond to it.
Yeah. So what's it been like over there at Nike these days, man? I mean, what you doing for them? I mean, you still creating sneakers and all that? I mean, you can't do it. Well, maybe you can. A 3D model of a sneaker. You doing anything like that?
I am creating shoes. One of them just posted, but yeah, I'm designing lifestyle shoes for Jordan, and it's been cool learning new things. And
so how long you been over there now?
About 12-ish years.
What? Okay. You been over there with Jordan and them for 12 years? Oh, Nike.
It's like back and forth. I was on Nike side, Jordan side, Nike side.
Oh, they flipping you back and forth. Right? Well, that's black expression.
Good new experiences.
Yeah, man. It sounds like a wonderful time.
What has it been like? I interned at Jordan.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I was just wanting to hear from your perspective, like what's it been like being there and like how they've been like accepting of like your creations and your designs.
I mean, right now I've been killing it, so, and I've been killing it. So it's been good to see the response because I've been on different sides. So I was doing color design, graphics, and then footwear design now. And it seems like the response to like the approach that I have has been pretty good.
Okay. Was it always like that? Like at the beginning, was it like that, or did you have to really like work your way up into earning that?
I had to prove myself a whole lot. Like to be honest, I had a background in product design. Started in color design because I was like out of sight, out of mind. So get an opportunity to get into the company, and then it's just like. As I'm doing my normal day job, I'm building my portfolio for a footwear designer to basically get that job when the opportunity comes. And it was literally just keep proving myself, whether it's like little projects or different things. I would always try to do something to help. So yeah, I've been still proving myself.
Okay. Is it kind of competitive for you over there?
I'm competitive with myself.
But I guess that's the magic, right?
I
keep you in the mix.
Like I don't see people like that as competition. It's more so like what I do with my stuff and my skills. I like to learn stuff, so people can compete against me.
Man, I ain't mad at you because I heard a long time ago, man, the difference between a learner and a learned is that the learned will find themselves beautifully equipped to handle a world that no longer exists, you know. Yeah. And I think that's really what this growth thing constantly. I don't care how old you is, you got to always keep challenging yourself to take the next step.
Yep.
But hey, man, it's exciting. I see you got a new project going on. So tell us a little bit about this project with the Soul District, man, and the business association over there for this banner project you got going on. How's that been going? What was that about for you?
I mean, that was cool because it was one opportunity, like the introduction, to have like banner art, which is pretty cool around the city. And it's basically to have a voice for like people of color, Black people, and talk about like a few different subjects like health and wellness.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. Spirituality, economic development, health and wellness, and I think it was there was a couple other ones. But man, I've seen a couple of them, man, and they have been really, really, man, booming and outstanding. And I'm so looking forward to the district to have them up, man. I mean, we're getting ready to roll them out here in a couple of weeks.
That's exciting.
So yeah, it's in a big way. I think it's going to be about 300 banners all around the district.
Yeah.
That got your art on them, man, and that sounds pretty damn exciting. You ask me.
I like that.
So man, talk to us, man. Talk to the people out there, man. What is it? What does it take to become a Mundo? What to get into the game, man? Talk to some of these young people out there, man. Because I know there's probably a lot of people listening to the pathway. Open that door up, man, for them, man. Let them know what it's taking for you to be there in that space.
A lot of hard work, consistency. I go out and everything, but I don't because I rather do something that I enjoy doing versus wasting my time just sitting around.
Wow.
I think the people that you surround yourself with is helpful as well. Like the Estate Society started because I had a friend that would come over and we would like start working on stuff, and then a couple of us added other things, and then we started doing shows and everything. So it's like literally finding your network and trying to build that yourself. I think that's the way. And then as you do stuff, people start noticing. Like I've been reached out to for a bunch of different opportunities based on stuff that I did that I wasn't trying to get attention for or anything.
Wow. So, man, what do you hope that people take away from your work, man? I mean, when they see it, experience it, and walk away, what is it that you're hoping that they take with them? What's that expression?
One, hopefully that they're inspired to do something, whether it's like the whole message is invest in the soul is like,
yeah, man.
Whether it's the mental, the physical, the financial, something like invest in yourself to improve it.
Man, that's deep, So if you had an opportunity right now to share with some people, not unless my co-host Jarrell has something to ask you about, but I mean, from a point of expression, if you, now that you got the mic, I mean, what would it be? What would you want as a form of creative expression on the mic at this point in time? What would you want people to? I don't want you. Well, you can sing if you want to, but I don't know if you can rap or whatever. But what is it that you like to express to this demographic, man, and especially to the folks,
I mean, I just try to have different messages. Like depending on what's going on in my life or in the world, I try to like find a way to talk about it. And one of them was how I was talking about the mask. It was like I did a show for it to talk about how I felt. And it's just like find ways to have an outlet and talk about what you like, how you're feeling and everything. Because I think everybody needs to get something out.
Yeah, man.
Can't bottle it in. Otherwise, you don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
I can sit here and not say anything.
Yeah. That's the scary, right? That's the scary point. You got it bottled up. And coming from Detroit with it bottled up might not be a good expression, right? Or maybe you better keep expressing all the way here to Oregon, because but Oregon did sort of relax the internal self, It sort of gave me some freedom after coming out of these cities and these concrete jungles and stuff, And has it allowed you to flow more freely in your expression from being here versus being back in Detroit, or did that expression change for you when you came here versus being there, or something noticeable? Did you notice any transformational differences?
I think it opened me up more like to experiencing different things. Like I know freeways, I know walking around and riding bikes. I didn't know mountains or oceans like that out here, or desert too. So it's like just being open to exploring and finding out new things. That's for me, like, and I find ways to add it in my art. I don't necessarily can pinpoint it, but I can be like, something's different based on like the environment or like what I've been exposed to.
Man, Mondo, I'm so Jarrell, you got something to shake out that tree on him?
Yeah. I'm just curious, is there maybe like a project you aspire to do or some sort of art or design you want to create that you haven't created yet?
Well, let me just start saying I want to do a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have all of it, but I was like, one, big sculptures in Portland somewhere. I want to try to do something on an airplane, which would be pretty sick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see some artwork flying in the air.
Cool. Wow, that was big. That'd be a good one. Something like on the tailpipe, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, Mondo. This would be like Trump, that Trump thing, inside of the Trump airline, Mondo Airlines, But no, Mondo, we are really excited about the work and the contribution you're making to Oregon, man. And as a young black artist, man, I am so in respect of the work that you're bringing forth, man, and how you're helping to sort of paint a canvas for us to inspire others to come along and do exciting things and most importantly, healthy expressions, man. I mean, that tagging game done got a little bit out of hand, and but I don't have nothing against the expression of art, and because there's been some great pieces created in Oregon by black artists, and we're pretty excited to keep that process going on. So, Mondo, is there anything you'd like to share with people as listening that we might not have talked to you about here that maybe I might have missed? And
I think you got a lot of it. I don't.
You got no more to drop with us. So we're gonna take it out then on that note, okay, man, because I like to keep it. Let people know something that's going on. Keep it short and sweet. Yeah. But, man, I tell you, this has been a really exciting interview, man, and seeing you again. Now, for most of y'all don't know Mondo over there with that Jordan brand. And they, Jordan brand is always doing what they doing. And that's that fast track, and introducing us to the next progressive, innovative, every expression, And most people don't realize that expression didn't necessarily come from Oregon. It coming from Detroit, too, But so when you get an opportunity, man, say hi to Larry and them cats over there, man. And, it's been a little while since I chopped it up with them over there. And But, Jarrell, why don't you take us out, man? You can check out, Edmund Mundo Holmes, his artwork, by following him on Instagram at Mundo.
That's 3 O's.
That's how I say it, too.
Or you can go to www.theartofmondo.com/Prince or email any questions or professional requests to Mundo at
theartofmundo.com.
Damn, boy, that's deep. You expressing yourself all over the place. And, thank y'all for joining us today. And we look forward to investing in the Soul Banner Project to be on display throughout the Soul District in the inner northeast Portland beginning in June. Go to the Soul District biz.com for more information. And we appreciate y'all listening and checking us out on PDX Black Rose. Y'all have a great afternoon. Thank you.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.